Okay. So, as I recall, we just got done clearing that scavenging site, and we had to leave one of the crates that had one resource pack left in it going by the objective, which is slightly unfortunate. I mean, we certainly could have used whatever was in there, especially if it happened to be tech, but it probably would have been more trouble than it was worth. And unfortunately, I also had to run to go get Bill in real life because he was about to get off work. So real life kind of interfered with that mission a little bit, as well as the mouse dying. It was a cluster. So hopefully this all goes a little bit smoother. Although I fully admit that I am playing right now at like midnight because I cannot sleep. Yay, insomnia. So that's just a great mental state to be trying to play a tactical game in, although I'm not tired at all. So here's hoping it all goes well. And, you know, make the 3 soldiers who are named perhaps just slightly fearful for your lives. Just a little. Anyway, we have the undefendable mission where we need to raid the lab at New Jericho that apparently was working on the Pure. Those slightly homicidal sounding, heavily augmented people, I guess. And beyond that, I mean, there's some research we need to do. We need to secure a scarab if we want to lower prices at this marketplace, but I'm a little bit worried. I don't know. I've never done that mission. I don't know if it's actually balanced to take on this early because a lot of the equipment at that marketplace seemed pretty powerful. And it's just sort of telling me that maybe interacting with that isn't the best idea. I mean, it's not timed. And then some more research to complete and the Symes retreat. And again, none of that's time. Undefendable is the only thing that's timed. And right now I'm honestly kind of more focused on maybe exploring a little bit to try to get towards this second mist outbreak all the way over in Australia. That feels like something we need to get to. And we actually have wounds and stuff other than Lazy for once. Lazy kept being the one that was wounded, or at least the most heavily wounded, and this time they actually might not be. So I think first order of business is that we need to go rest at the base for a bit. I seem to remember that the last mission things went kind of sideways for Westfall in particular.
Research complete.
Okay, we reversed engineered the Iconoclast, which is a Disciples of Anu shotgun, which from the one time I actually played a little further, this was years ago, I think, I remember that one being one of the better shotguns. So hopefully I'm right about that. Let's find out, shall we? Damage 35, burst of 10. Effective range of 8, so super duper short. But if you're in something's face, yeah, that would be pretty good, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's definitely... We have a few people with close combat specialists that, like, they could take. Let's see who all we have that could potentially have that. And also possibly spend SP. Yeah, I feel like Glacier might need more strength. We keep loading him down with heavy packs. Although you could argue that jump jet is letting him just keep moving even when he is completely overladen. So maybe more willpower to use the jump jets more often might actually be the better play. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Oh, we're starting to get some of the bulldogs done. We'll hand the first one to Westfall since, you know, they're the one that's named. The one that matters. However, let's see, personal defense weapons and handgun. I don't know what all falls under the personal defense weapons category. I'm honestly not sure. Just the handgun proficiency, the main benefit there is that it's something that they can use if their arm gets disabled, as Westfall experienced in the last combat. So, I mean, it is useful, don't get me wrong. And handguns are pretty cheap, and it's light to carry, especially if you don't, like, give them extra clips for it. They just have the one there for emergencies. But, of course, it has to go on their ready slot, which means giving up easy access to either the grenade or the med kit. And they also, like, they have resourceful and ready for action, which are both skills that are really pretty good at the next rank. So I think I'm just going to have them bank SP for now to get prepared for those. Westfall. Well, you get dibs on the first bulldog. Give that a try. Better damage per shot, better armor shredding, but if against a completely unarmored target, the damage is worse overall. But against things that have armor, which is a lot of things, especially as we get further into the game, that thing's pretty good. Now let's see. Yeah, I think we're also holding on to some SP for you as well, because we will have, like, ready for action coming up on the next level. So once you get at least a few SP banked, then I might start increasing strength or something for you. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to give everyone their extra ammo back, even if I'm not changing their equipment, because I took that off because we were doing a scavenging mission. Nope, not redeeming, just trying to tab through. Make sure that stayed. Yes, it did. And lazy. Well, first, let's sort out your ammo situation. There we go. Now, we're wanting you to get close quarter specialist soon, so you're saving up SP for that, because you're the main person that shotgun's coming in with. Now, I will say, Westfall and Serana both have shotgun proficiency just from being part of the assault class. So even though they don't necessarily have a special talent for it, and I believe, yeah, Serana actually does have a special talent for it, so even though she's not named, she's getting dibs on that shotgun. But these two can actually both use it, and then lazy is the one that I really have in mind for using it, because then you'll actually really be able to pack a punch even up close and not be just relying on a pistol. Which, considering I keep making you run to the front to get that free Overwatch, might be good if I also give you a shotgun. You think? So let's get this sorted. Okay, Serana. I could have swore. Are we still manufacturing? Like, no, we're working on manufacturing a bulldog. I could have swore it said that we just finished manufacturing one of these things. Well, filters. Yeah, maybe I misread it and we just finished reverse engineering and now we need to make one. That would make sense. Okay, I believe it would fall under the assault filter. Yeah, iconoclast. We're probably going to want 3 of these. I'm not sure if we'll always have all 3 equipped, but we have 3 people who could potentially effectively use them. So we should probably have 3. There we go. Manufacturing's going to be busy for a little bit. And let's face it, by the time they're done with that, we're probably going to need a couple more grenades. So let's just get that queued up too. Alrighty, back to the geoscope. Let's give everyone some time to heal because we have multiple people healing at the moment. Alright, and that leaves us with just Serana needing healing, and they don't need that much. So I think we're free to start looking around. Might be worth just investigating more, see if, like, maybe if we search here, if it's a haven, it might reveal more locations that are also in this area that might be closer to the mist, or searching up here, because this mist is going to spread. So it's probably worth getting familiar with at least a few of these locations now while we're here, before we start running off towards Australia. You should consider activating another Phoenix base as soon as possible. Activate one near another mist outbreak, and make sure you build or repair a satellite uplink so you can scan areas covered by mist. This will locate havens potentially threatened by a Pandoran attack. Another consideration is to activate bases with valuable facilities, especially research labs. Yes, game, I know, but unfortunately, you decided that my other mist outbreak for this run was gonna be in Australia. It's gonna take a while for me to get there. And looking at these other bases that are potentially on the way, that one does have a satellite facility and a training facility. So if we start getting more recruits, it might be worth activating that one, because that's a place that we can just drop them off. It also has a living quarters already, so it would really only need a medical bay to just be a nice place to just leave all of the recruits, the B team, so that they can just get passive training and we can get another team trained up. Because eventually we're going to need more than one plane. And hopefully more of you also want to become soldiers. That'd be great if we can have more people that, you know, actually have some stakes in this. But if not, like, I'm going to need more people regardless. So if it has to be a team of randos, it has to be a team of randos. Then this facility really doesn't have jack at all. Like, it has a storage facility and a power generator, and then the access lift in the vehicle bay. It has next to nothing in it. So really the only reason to activate that one would be if we're just not finding any exploration points to continue in this direction, or if we get a mist outbreak right on top of it. That one's pretty low on the priority list otherwise. This one has the power generation facility, has the living quarters, and it has another storage, but we're just not, like, you know, the thing I'm not seeing? Research labs or fabrication plants. Those are the ones you want, and none of the ones on the way to Australia have that. Now, the Australian base itself actually does have a fabrication plant and a medical bay, which is nice. That's good. We eventually want to get to that one, but, like, the only one along the way that's even slightly appealing is that one, because it already has the satellite uplink and the training facility. And then, let's see, looking at some of these other ones, not seeing anything super great there. That one has a training facility, a medical bay. That one, I believe, has an aircraft. That makes that one a pretty tempting target to go and get, because then we have another plane for free. And just so you guys know, because I haven't shown this on recording, but yeah, that's how expensive another plane is. 1,200 materials and 150 tech. And over 10 days manufacturing, since we only have one manufacturing facility right now. Like, that is significant that we would get another plane going there. And it has a fabrication plant and a medical bay. And an energy generator already all built. So, yeah, honestly, like, that one I might activate just for all of that stuff, especially once we get more soldiers, so that I can actually have 2 planes running around. That would be good. Now, this one has a fabrication plant. That's about all there that's interesting. Let's see, I'm just trying to see where we have more fake spaces. Yeah, there's one. Seriously, Phoenix R&D, research and development, presumably, and no research lab. Okay. And another Phoenix base there. Now, this one would be useful because it's one of the ways that we could, and as you can see, we can actually fly to it now because we happened to discover that Disciple of Anu base. I think we were told about that one by luck. So we actually can get there right now. So that's a way for us to like start getting... Oh. Yeah, we might need to start heading that way, actually. Look, we see how we have another mist outbreak just starting here. So that's... Now we need to just go... We need to be everywhere. We have gotten mist outbreaks just as far apart as possible, almost. Oh my... Okay, so actually, the best bases for that would be this one, and maybe, like, honestly, it's just kind of in between all three of these, but these two would probably be best. That one is a training facility and a satellite uplink. That one just has the satellite uplink of, like, the ones that I think are notable. And that one has a satellite uplink. So good news is... And a fabrication plant. That one's pretty good. So the good news is they all have satellite uplinks. If I go and activate them, they can start covering that area. I don't necessarily need to physically get to them either. I can activate them remotely if I have the resources. But if we can't get a team there to actually respond, because see, we can get to here. We can get to Phoenix Transfer Point 1, but then the Manticore doesn't have enough range to get from there to here without discovering some spots in between. So, and it doesn't look like we have too many more undiscovered places to even try to get to. Like, that's the only thing in that region we've even kind of found. We could try exploring some of these points to see if, like, one of them happens to be a haven that reveals more stuff. But if that doesn't happen, then really our only choice is going to be to activate this base and build a satellite array so that it can discover some points of interest to help us bridge that gap. Just like the same way, like, I can get over to here because there's this undiscovered point. You don't necessarily need to explore, but I can get to here, but I can't get from here, from PHB2 to Phoenix Foxtrot. It's too big of a gap. We would need to discover more things in this direction to, again, try to get towards Australia. And yes, I could activate even the Australian base remotely and just have it start scanning, but we can't respond to anything that I can't get teams to. So that's why I haven't been doing that yet. Anyway, let's explore a little bit more around some of these things that are closer to the mist, especially that spot and like a couple of these spots to see if we can just start reaching out that way. And if we can't, I'm just going to have to remotely activate probably Phoenix Transfer Point 1 to start trying to get in this direction, because that's still closer than Australia. Sorry, Australia. Wheels. Exploration site. Our operatives have set down in a small town. Most of the buildings have been destroyed in some sort of battle. However, one building remains intact. It looks like it's a museum. It turns out this was an automotive museum, displaying some of the oldest cars and trucks that were invented at the start of the 20th century. After breaking in, our operatives have been through the galleries evaluating what we can take and use. In a way, it feels wrong, but if humanity is going to have a future, we need to make use of anything that we can. And yeah, on one hand we got stuff, on the other, if that'd been another haven, it might have revealed more points of interest. And let's see, looking at, let's pull up the base info. Yeah, area scan 100%. This is expanded. This teal circle, this greenish teal circle is, like, that's as much as we're going to find from just that base. And so far, until that mist spreads down a bit, I don't think this base would be much help. Because a lot of it, like, the top part would overlap here, and it would cover, like, this part of the coast, not really any further out or anywhere up here where we need to be. So now we're going to start exploring these ones.
Research complete.
Haven recruitment protocols. We can now recruit from havens. And yeah, now we have the recruits tab. Recruits will be available in 3 days. The Great Endeavor. New Warsaw is a well-organized and prosperous haven. You are introduced to Tamez Lubert, who is in charge of the settlement. Do not let appearances fool you, Lubert muses. Running a haven is not an easy job, but I do have prior experience, which brings us to our fortuitous meeting. Once I led a haven named the Great Endeavor. Only a wasteland remains there now. An item of great value to me was lost there. This item, a brain implant. Can you retrieve it for me? I will compensate you well for your effort. Sure. Splendid. I should add that my connections in New Jericho could be of help in this matter. As far as I understand, Tobias West holds you in respect. Deep Thoughts Recollection. Okay, it's not timed. And yes, I do remember Undefendable. We have a little over a week to actually deal with that. We will do it. But essentially trying to discover all these locations and extend our reach so that we can combat these other mist outbreaks, those things are effectively time sensitive too. Also, I kind of suspect that going up against New Jericho is going to be a bit difficult, and if these guys can get more experience, probably for the best. New Jericho is a militaristic organization founded by Tobias West, the enigmatic billionaire founder of Vanadium Inc. Ideologically committed to West's values of reason and meritocracy, New Jericho valorizes human will as the foundation of freedom and sees the Pandorans as a threat to the very core of human identity. West is said to have developed a long-term military strategy that will succeed where previous campaigns have failed. Some accuse him of having built a cult of personality around himself.
New Jericho was one man's vision, and everything depended on that one man. Before the war, Tobias West had been a billionaire, an elusive, controversial businessman who denounced war even as he profited from it. When the world fell, his empire began to rise. Some said he was a genius, a man of principle, dedicated to equality and merit, fighting to preserve the core of human freedom. Our will. They said he had a plan, that he could lead us to victory. Others called him a dictator, a megalomaniac, fearful of infection and obsessed with purity. They said he was willing to do anything to win, no matter the cost. The Phoenix Project needed allies. New Jericho could help us turn the tide, but it all depended on one man.
Abandoned military base. No hostile forces have been detected, but there are probably some resources we can find here. Yep, just more stuff. We are getting pretty lucky on just getting more stuff. So we definitely have the resources to start activating bases. At the Sinedrian Haven of Adrian Mitchell, okay, that's really, you named your haven that? The situation is tense. Someone figured out that our open and democratic society would be easy to infiltrate and steal from, one of the haven's citizens tells our operatives. They pretended to join us and then made off with some critical research, which I assume they want to sell to another faction. The citizen sighs. I said they made off, but the truth is they didn't get very far. In fact, they're stuck in the haven. But as you can imagine, this is a strange situation. These people pretended to be our friends. They lived in the haven for months, all just to make a profit. I suppose old habits die hard. We could assist Sinedrin with this problem. Yeah, this is the first one of their havens that we've actually found. We've found a bunch of Disciples of Anu and a few New Jericho ones, but this is the first Sinedrian one. So yeah, sure. We'll help. And I believe the iconoclast, yep, it's actually done now. And I'm going to say the grenade can stay on you, in your bag, or on you somewhere that you can access it if you need it, but... And I don't anticipate really getting loot, so yeah, just go ahead and load up. It's just obviously a lot of this, like, extra stuff's going to go away if we are going on a scavenging mission. And we actually have another bulldog now as well. So give that back. Although I think we're probably going to be going up against bandits here, where the Ares might actually be better. Because bandits don't tend to be super heavily armored. Sometimes I still have some, and I kind of want to try out the bulldog, so screw it.
Rolling out.
Here we go. Anything that moves, dies.
Action.
I find it a bit odd that they wouldn't at least be wearing Sinedrian clothes or armor if they'd been living among the Sinedrian faction for months. But sure. Long shot, but why not? Nice.
That was just a warning shot.
Well, if they decide to run in super closely, you'll get them, but otherwise the wall... Trying to do Overwatch around high cover is kind of tricky. Honestly, it might be best to just sort of stay in cover and let them approach. mean, that does let you see them, but... Yeah, okay, we'll put one person here. Westfall can move up a little bit. Try to cover this area here.
Area covered.
Born again, anarchist. I see them coming.
Nice.
Opening fire.
Okay, they hit the equipment. Yeah, see where I'm saying it might be good for you to learn how to use a shotgun, Lazy. It'd be really great right about now. However, we will get to that. And yeah, they're more than one level down, so I don't think Glacier can really help you all that much here. Best he can do is drop down one level so we can at least aim at this guy.
This is a clear shot.
Trying to figure out if you actually can shoot through there or not, or if the game is lying to me. No, you can. Okay, so each shot with the pistol is doing about that much damage. If I shot with the sniper rifle, yeah, that's more than 3 pistol shots.
Oh!
I think just about any shot will put him in damage of the bleed will get him, even if, well, that just got him outright. That also works. Set up your Overwatch.
Anything that moves dies.
Finger on the trigger.
Okay, gonna wing him, but he's dazed, so not a super high priority. I'd rather you maybe cover some of the ones that are going to be running around near Lazy. Although I don't want you actually shooting through where Lazy is, or you might just hit Lazy trying to help him.
Nothing's getting past.
That wouldn't be good. So...
Action.
Ow!
Out of my property.
Ow. Okay, that was fairly accurate with a handgun, I guess. Very. Okay. Go ahead and fix yourself up. First, let's see if Glacier can take this guy out. Just about. He's dazed again, so he's not going to be doing very much. And keep heading this way. Try to intercept that guy. And Glacier's in heavy enough armor that I don't think you need to worry. Okay, Lazy, I'm going to have you just back out of this situation because you had to heal yourself, so you don't have enough AP to even try to use your sniper rifle. You just don't have enough firepower right now to even try. I wish you could get all the way around the pillar, but we're just gonna have to make do and at least make them chase you. Serena up a little bit and try to get out of that cover, because I'm not sure if she was able to actually shoot through that properly, no matter what the game said. Take that person out. As long as you move just a little further away, it gives them a bit of a harder shot to deal with and gives you a better line of sight on that door.
I got this covered.
Here we go.
Yep, of course they're gonna just drop right there. Probably should have looked in that direction. Okay, Glacier, see if you can just pick this guy off. There you go. And keep just sort of moving in this direction.
Zooming in.
Oh yeah, you are not going to be able to hit that guy from there. Let's get you a little closer. Move you around the cover. Let's see, what armor did you shred? Well, just try to hit the arm. It won't disable his ability to use the pistol because you only need one arm to use that, but it will inflict bleed damage. Well, if ever there was a time to burn will points. Wait, is it getting like hung up on the tree or something? It's getting awfully annoying. We're gonna have to aim out this way because otherwise, like, even though it says it isn't and it's still highlighting, I don't think it's actually working. I think it was getting hung up on the friggin' tree.
My turn.
Well, he made the very dumb decision to try to get closer.
Out of my property.
Be right there. Confirming target.
Yeah, that would still be that would be way too far to try to use the shotgun.
They got me good.
Now, at that range, you probably could, but unfortunately, Westfall isn't the one that has the shotgun. So he didn't get a chance to try it.
Hi there. My name is Athena, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of Synedrion as a whole. You know, outsiders sometimes think of Synedrion as a bunch of naive, helpless people living in a big bubble, and I know we can appear that way. But the truth is, we are more like a powder keg. Trying to build a truly democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai, Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities, And then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being rewarded for their labor.
I mean, again, I'm going to go with thanks because this feels like a situation where trying to turn down the payment would almost be seen as disrespectful. Although I will say the second option in most of these initial interactions has been the rude one. But it's just still how I would respond, so...
You're welcome. I hope we can work together again.
Right, let's refill the ammo. Go explore that site, and then, yeah, we're gonna have to have some people heal. Not a barnacle. Clinging to the ruins of an old library, our operatives have discovered a half-mad creature that resembles a barnacle with a human face. The creature, apparently the former head librarian, is still human enough to give them directions to its hidden treasure. They're rambling and confusing, but somehow quite interesting. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure that I think of it as an oracle, but I could definitely see the disciples being interested in this thing, so how about we point them to it? River run past eaves and Adams, from swerve of shore to bend of bay, bring us by a commodus vicus of recirculation back to Houth Castle and environs. Begins the prophecy, which is to become the sacred book of the Barnacle, one of the most mysterious texts circulated amongst the disciples of Anu. I don't care if New Jericho didn't like that. That was worth it.